I posted that video on the other channel because I just figured that it would spread out more. I feel like I'm doing things a little bit reversed a little bit to try to get to where I'm going as far as the clip channel, because I feel like if I would have posted that type of video, it really belongs in the clip channel, the one I just posted on the main channel. But I feel like if I post it on the clip channel where there's not that much viewership, nobody's going to see it. So I kind of did it in reverse where I put it on the main channel, but then I pushed everybody back to this channel, which we didn't keep that many people. A few people came over, but not that many. Not even a fraction. Like 130 something. So just kind of bear with me. Rebuildable Ryan, what's up? How you doing? Good morning, everybody. It's kind of early. I was a little, I don't know. I came home from dropping off the baby. I feel like I blinked my eyes and I don't know. It's already 10:30. What the hell happened? Right? Rebuildable Ryan says, I'll call you when you're ready. All right, cool. So I think I have two people that I can call. And we're going to be a little bit more laid back than the main channel. But so there's two people. Rebuildable Ryan. And then Eminem. There's a few things, not much. We'll do the calls, I just kind of wanted to show there's two Facebook groups. Also, last night on Duty Ron, Sena's Charlotte's aunt joined his live stream at around 27 minutes. I figured we could just listen a little bit. She said she can't really talk on the case. I put the link to his channel in this video in the description. I played it on fast forward. I didn't really hear that she said too much. I play a tiny bit. She had some audio issues to start off.
Her mic muted. Hit the mic button again.
Okay.
There we go.
Can you hear me? I know. I have so many problems with the AirPods. I work in television.
I can hear you perfectly.
Great. No AirPods. Don't have any more. I mean, I've been there all day. We're finally home. We're going back tomorrow morning. There isn't any more information. That's what's, I think, challenging for my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law is that there isn't any information. I know that the state police are out there. I know that they're doing their job. I mean, there's
and what is her career, Carly? Because when I was listening to this, I heard her mention something about investigative journalism. I guess she's in that. And there's also a TikTok video. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Oh, by the way, I guess I have to share all this shit. All right, let me share my links out, especially for the backup channel, since we're not, we don't have the same audience, I guess. I mean, we're not audience, but reach, I guess. So make sure I always share all my links. But she did do it. She did a TikTok as well. We're gonna listen to the TikTok. She doesn't say much there either. I guess she can't really talk about the case. I think she's done one video basically saying to please just share the story.
Police, I mean, in my
she's worked on the news channels, I think, behind the scenes.
Years of journalism, there's more police than I've ever seen on a scene, and they're not, if there is information, they're not really sharing it with us.
Right. And they really can't share everything that they have for, to keep the investigation close. But some of the things that I would say that, obviously we won't want to speak about this here. Anybody that was around the family that was outside of the family circle, like it said in those news reports, it's already out there that she was riding with friends. So obviously they're going to grab all of those friends and then their surrounding family because they work, they do this victimology thing. So what they do is they see who has had contact with her within the last, say, week or so, right? She's only 9 years old, but you're going to look at all of her. If she had a cell phone, which most 9-year-olds do nowadays, right? They're going to look.
Believe it or not, she didn't.
Okay.
That was something that my sister-in-law just felt like
Right.
she didn't want, you know what I mean? It was like one of those things where for their family, they opted to not
Okay.
do that.
So anybody that was at that campsite in that, I think they said section A, they were in that campsite.
Loop A.
Right, right. So group
Loop A.
So in that group A, obviously everybody that's there gets questioned and they look, and this stuff takes time. But what's happening now, as what you're seeing, is the immediate search for her. You know, aviation with the helicopters you heard, but the
You skip for a little bit.
she's
Okay.
drones, and then it looks for those colors.
Mhm.
Twyla,
Okay.
can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So
And that's the lady from EquiSearch where she explains what they do. I just skimmed through it this morning really quickly. But I didn't see that the aunt really.
To him
And I'll get
later. Definitely. I am in contact with the lead investigator.
Lead investigator. Okay.
So I will definitely send that to him.
and I'll get you all the information with as it pertains to EquiSearch.
Okay.
Most law enforcement agencies know, and I'm the liaison that kind of, they would contact me, they would communicate with me, and being a
Okay.
retired, New York City police detective, I've been up to Saratoga Springs many a times to pick prisoners up and bring them back down to the city. So I've been in that area. I know the area. So and I know the troop. I think it's Troop P up there. I think
Wilton. Yeah, Wilton State Police. Yeah.
they used to do.
Oh, that's right. He's in New York too. I forgot. He was a NYPD officer.
State police used to do, like, they would do pickups from the prisons up there. They would go to the state prisons and take the guys out for us if it was too far away, and they would drive them to the troop barracks, and we would go and pick them up. So I had a really good relationship with the state police because we dealt with them all the time. If they need or they want this kind of service, they could do this remote. They don't even have to go there. Twyla and her team, all they do is they contact the state police. They sign all these waivers where they're not going to promise to not share it. It's part of an investigation, and they share those images, and then Twyla puts it in a computer program, and it runs it. And if any of those images that they collected where the naked eye can't see, this program can pick it up. So it's fascinating technology. I know that you have a lot on your plate and a lot going on. I'm just so thankful and honored that you came on to give us a little bit of info. I mean, I don't want anything, obviously out there that would, that would harm the integrity of what they're doing. But if there's anything that could be corrected, like this police superintendent put out that it was an orange shirt, those little things are important.
Yeah, there was a lot of mistakes on the original Amber Alert.
Okay. And what were those?
And a lot of I would say the question I keep getting the most is, why did they wait so long for the Amber Alert? And I'm sure you can address that, but there are probably strategic things with that. And also the fact that they want to confirm that it is a abduction before they do that. So that was part of the reason. But then when they put it out, they didn't have her eye color. They had her height wrong. So I went and met with the PIO, and I made sure that all got corrected, because that's really important. And in every soundbite that I gave in in the press conference, in the media interviews that I did, I made sure I described her. So I do know everybody out from everywhere. I mean, geez, I've been hearing from people literally across the country, is on the lookout for her, and they have an idea of what she looks like.
Okay, so that's the On Duty Ron's channel. I'll put the links here if you want to watch the whole thing. I skimmed some of it this morning. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Hambo was asking me about the trial. So Mandy had sent me the link, but apparently Law and Crime privated it. They're just doing, I think, jury selection today. They're calling this the Imprisoned Son trial. I believe right now it's just jury selection. I can play you guys a clip because I wanted to talk to you guys too. We'll still keep talking about this case. We got to make some calls, but just sidestepping for a second. This is about that whole thing where the step parents had imprisoned their child in a box. All right. the father rejected a plea deal. Timothy Ferrier, whatever his name is. Let's see. Oh, I'm logged into my alt. I was like, why am I getting ads?
Heads to trial Friday morning, putting a Jupiter husband and father on the stand. Tim Ferreter and his wife are accused of keeping their adoptive son in a small structure in their garage for hours at a time, according to detectives. I was in court yesterday for a pretrial hearing as both sides carved up evidence and witnesses for this contentious local trial, 2 years in the making. Was it a case of child neglect or bad parenting? Was it punishment or simply protection? Defense attorney Priya Murad and the state will have a complex case in front of them on Friday to prove whether or not Tim Ferreter should be found guilty on charges of child abuse and false imprisonment.
I came outside yesterday and seen all the cops and stuff, but like I didn't think it was something like that. I thought it was like maybe they got into a fight.
The case stems back to February of 2022 in the upscale neighborhood of Egret Landing in Jupiter. Tim and his wife Tracy are both accused of keeping their then 14-year-old adopted son in an 8x8 box in their garage. Jupiter police say it had a mattress, a camera, and a bucket that was used as a restroom, and he was only allowed out to go to school. The couple was eventually arrested when the teen ran away.
What's up with these crazy ass parents? It makes me think a little bit of oh, my mic is maxing out. It makes me think a little bit of Ruby Frankie. That crazy bit. Yeah, see if I can test it, max it out a little bit. Testing. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it makes me think of Ruby Frankie a bit.
My wife and I were very shocked, especially that would happen in this neighborhood, and us not know anything at all about it.
Neighbors were appalled.
It's the nice people. I could no
They
way.
were thrust into the spotlight, facing humiliating and horrendous charges. Both will be tried separately.
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. In a pretrial hearing Tuesday, Tim Ferreter rejected a plea deal by the state. 24 months and 5 years.
Oh, so the state was trying to give him a little offer, like, hey man, take this shit. We'll just cut this short. Cut the shit short. And he's like, no.
He now faces 35 years and possibly more. His attorney contends the child was a, quote, medically complex child, and the alleged box was, quote, a room used for monitoring. The defense intends to show a pattern of troubled behavior, which at the onset of the case showed dangerous and disturbing propensities, including attachment disorders. DCF removed the child and 3 other children from the home. It is now up to a jury to decide the fate of the parents. Now, we reached out to defense attorney Priya Murad, who represents Tim Ferreter, and have not heard back. That trial begins Friday morning at 10:30 in the Palm Beach County Courthouse. Judge Howard Coates presiding.
Okay, so I think they're currently still doing jury selection. The link that Mandy sent me, for some reason, Law and Crime Private, maybe they didn't want to show jury selection. It might be kind of interesting if you guys want to, at some point this week, we could watch the pretrial hearing. It's about an hour long. It's on Court TV. This is where the father, I guess, denied the turned down the plea. So I don't know. Let me just do a little poll in the chat. Chat poll. Interested in this trial? Because we know that Harmony got pushed back to like next year now, unfortunately. Okay. The other thing too. So that's Judy Ron. We're going to look at some of the Facebook groups. There is, I did see somebody post this, one of the groups, talking about this Moreau Lake State Park. It looks like potentially a camera, but somebody said these are trail cams. She wasn't on a trail. So somebody said the park definitely has some trail cameras. This is from the park's Facebook page, but somebody posted under, these are trail cams. She wasn't on a trail. In the camping areas, I think only cameras are on the main building, which could still be useful, I think, because this thing was right by the entrance. Just because she and her family were in the camping area doesn't mean that the abductors didn't go down trails. Yeah, I think anything that could help. Those trail cams should definitely be checked. Cindy said, I just don't see someone trying to abduct the child running through trails when there's a main road right there. But yeah, I'm sure they checked the trail. Yeah. I think if somebody was being opportunistic, they probably were parked right on that road. That's old Saratoga Road? Probably. This is Loop A. I got myself out of the way. One of the other comments too that I saw on Facebook, and maybe you guys could kind of speak to that a little bit in the chat, was somebody was like, they don't find it conceivable that a child would not scream being taken. That's what somebody in the comment section was saying. Like, I just can't believe it. Like a 9-year-old, there's no way. And my thoughts with that, and thank you for everybody in the chat that came to hang out with me on this side over here. My thoughts about that is that you can't really say how somebody's going to react or how one of these kids will react, because some people in fear are just very silent. I almost think you have to like teach that to a kid too, to like yell and scream, and even then they still might be afraid, just gripped by fear not to say anything. Good morning. There's another video that I want to show you guys before we take a look at the Facebook groups, and I'm going to call the two people that are locals, so I don't want to keep them waiting too long, and I'll probably clip it because maybe I can use it on the main channel. It's funny because we're doing the reverse kind of thing, but I'm trying to build up this channel, but I don't want to, obviously I don't want to sacrifice the main channel either. So let's take a look at this video. This is from Fox Live.
Bloodhounds and an airboat were used in the search for a missing 9-year-old girl who had been camping with her family in upstate New York. Charlotte Sena was last seen by abducted. Pat, much for taking the time to be here.
Good morning. Thank you.
A very sad story here, and we are waiting for any kind of update from law enforcement. But what is the latest that we know right now about the search for little Charlotte?
And this is 2 hours ago, by the way. This video is posted.
Well, right now we know that according to a press conference yesterday with the governor and a senior officer with the state police, over 100 personnel from state police and other state agencies are searching an area around Moreau Lake State Park, just about 15 miles north of Saratoga Springs, New York. She was last seen around 10 after 6 on Saturday night. Within an hour, according to the official timeline, units from police, state police, were dispatched to look for her, and it's certainly it seems like a large effort from what I've seen up there.
She's not
what
found.
I was going to ask you is about that search area, because I know you were over there, you were covering this story. What specific area are we talking about, and what is that area like?
So it's a 6,200 acre state park. It seems that where her family was staying was a kind of campground fairly close to one of the main entrances of the state park. So certainly I would imagine that people are looking there, but with that number of people, I would certainly imagine it's expanded at least a bit within the park. Outside of it, I'm not quite as sure, but the overall area is pretty rural. I would say once you get north of Albany, it quickly becomes the countryside and wilderness. I think maybe fortunately the weather has been very mild. Towards the end of the weekend and going through this week, it should be kind of unseasonably almost summery type weather.
When you were out there, what were you seeing as far as, let's say, the number of searchers? I imagine there are several agencies that are out there, and you also attended that news conference. Were a lot of people there as well?
Yes, there were certainly a lot of personnel from, again,
Speaking of the news conference, I was kind of wondering why the governor ran the entire news conference. I mean, not that I'm opposed to it, but I just don't know that I've really seen that often. I mean, I think I've seen him come and speak, but like she just did the entire thing herself, and like the cops stood to the side. I don't know. I wonder what that was about.
Police, forest rangers, state parks police. The governor also mentioned that Charlotte is the niece of somebody with the Schenectady Fire Department, which is not too far away, and that a contingent of people from that department have volunteered. The turnout at the press conference was on the smaller side, but I'd say that's only because of the nature of kind of media staffing on weekends. There was certainly a lot of brass and representatives from different law enforcement agencies there, and I would imagine there will be more people at any additional updates going forward as this story generates.
No, Kelly says our governor is a woke woman. She's nutty. Oh,
tremendous amount of interest and concern.
One thing that caught my attention as I was watching that news conference is the fact that Governor Hochul was there. Does that change anything? Does it create more of a sense of urgency if you see the governor of New York at a news conference like this when an Amber Alert has been issued?
Well, it doesn't change our sense of urgency or how we would report on it necessarily. I think it's somewhat uncommon for her. She certainly doesn't call a press conference every time a person or even a child goes missing. As to why she chose to kind of make her presence known in this case, I'm not sure, frankly, but also it was interesting because speaking to law enforcement as we were up there over the course of the morning, we were getting the message that they were not going to be having a news conference of any kind, and there wasn't going to be a chance to ask some questions. So in that respect, when that changed, to be able to ask her questions and ask questions of a senior member of the state police, specifically about the Amber Alert that was sent out, that was certainly very helpful to be able to get to ask questions.
There are a lot of questions right now, so many questions as there's an investigation. You do have the search efforts underway. I'm sure a lot of readers.
I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm not saying it's never done, but I've never seen that. Yeah, governor do the whole pressure thing. The cops, investigators are just to the side, not saying anything. It's like, what? I think there was somebody maybe that said something, but yeah.
To you as you are covering this story, what kind of questions do they have? I'm sure there are a lot of the same questions that a lot of us have.
I think there are kind of two. Some of them are kind of technical questions about the search and law enforcement kind of procedures and things that, certainly if that question seems to make sense to me, I've passed along to law enforcement. Obviously, they can't say a tremendous amount in detail, but also the other big question is how can we get involved? And I saw that, people just stopping where kind of the troopers had kind of stopped traffic yesterday at the entrance of the park, people offering to volunteer. The message I'm getting from troopers is if you have a specific competency or training in search and rescue, like you have some sort of certificate or you've actually undergone some formal training, there might be some sort of role to play. But if you are just a person who kind of lives in the area or thinks the area really well, that's not so much what they're looking for. But if you have, like a volunteer firefighter or something, if you have some sort of documented training, and from what I understand, they will make that a little bit more clearer today. So that's obviously people just, they're watching the news, they're reading the paper, and they really want to get involved and help in some way. So that's definitely what people are saying.
I would imagine the search is going to pick back up later today with more of those volunteers and agencies coming out. Have we heard anything about another news conference that's planned or anything of that nature?
That's what I was wondering. Are we getting another presser? Jojo said that it's actually the governor being there has helped get the story out. National news feeds. It was just a local briefing before her.
As you mentioned, the one yesterday kind of popped up there. Have we heard anything about today?
I have not heard anything yet. I have been in touch with just people that you day to day kind of deal with in police and law enforcement, just kind of seeing updates. But anything can happen. Certainly, it's only 7 o'clock, and these things that way changing. But I certainly don't want to speculate as to a press conference right now.
For sure, Patrick. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here. Is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
I think not at the moment. Just certainly, obviously, everybody is hoping for the safe return of a little girl who's gone missing. So that's really it.
All right, Patrick. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Okay, Rebuildable Ryan. If you want to email me your phone number, yes. This is the Site 18. Okay, I guess that's what it looks like. Somebody took a picture. Loop A, Site 18. Got a little visual. Some of the stuff that's going on in the Facebook groups, because there's local people there. I just found 2 sheriff special search team vans and about 7 sheriff vehicles pulled into the sand pits just up the road on the opposite side of Moreau State Park. I don't know. That's interesting. Seriously daunting to see. Even driving by exit 17 highway, there's so many people out searching near the highway. It breaks my heart for this little girl. So lots of activity outside of Moreau. There was I'm curious too if there's going to be any kind of live feeds out there. Maybe JLR will be out there before the media even starts doing it. Let's see here. Kind of curious too. Is there any like live actual like news people out there? Oh, nobody's out there. Damn. Okay. That would be kind of a little bit interesting to see, like some helicopters and stuff. Like, well, yeah, some video or something. Please be mindful that some of Charlotte's little friends and family are in this group. Keep positive prayers. Where would this be in relation to the park? If you head towards the highway, it's on the right-hand side before you reach the park road before the Northway, just a mile up. Old Saratoga Road. Somebody else said I saw this too this morning as I was taking my child to daycare. My heart just feels so heavy seeing all the personnel search. Oh, here we go. So they have reason to believe she's in the area, not in the back of a van on the way to Mexico. There was a post that I saw. Did I save it somewhere? I might have to scroll to find it. I saw somebody tell. They're saying there's predators in the area, sexual offenders in the area, which, you know, these days that's like everywhere. But they said that specifically there's one pretty close. Yeah, you never know. I believe that those offenders are some of the first people that officers or investigators check. You know, those people, but. What made this into an actual kidnapping investigation? How do they know she isn't lost in the woods? Was evidence found to determine foul play? I mean, like somebody says here, bicycle, and allegedly one of her shoes were found. That was the rumor last night. The Crocs. Dogs couldn't track her scent beyond the spot where those 2 were found. If that's true, that would be interesting. And that maybe could indicate that she was taken in a vehicle or something. That leads authorities to think she was taken in a vehicle. Of course, this is all speculation, I believe, because I haven't seen any confirmation of that. Not corroborated. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's somebody else. Okay. Bloodhound in Tennessee finds missing 6-year-old girl allegedly abducted by her father.
Dash a good boy.
K-9 Deputy Richard Tidwell of the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office spends more time with K-9 Fred than even his family.
I consider him my partner because we live together, we work together.
JLo was there this morning?
Together. We do everything together.
That's why when they received a call Friday needing assistance to find Kinsley Reeder, they were ready for the rescue.
That's my hero right there.
Police had been searching for Reeder and her father for almost a month. They believe both of them to be camping in the Pea Ridge community.
Grabbed all my stuff to obtain a scent article. He proceeded to go back towards the driveway again. He raised his head up and made a hard left turn back towards the back of the house again. Sniffed right up the stairs. He sniffed up one side of the door, sniffed the door handle, sniffed down the other side, sat down and looked at me. That's his cue for when he has an odor that goes through a door. I was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Show me." So he stood up. He sniffed the door handle again. He pawed at the door 2-3 times, and he sat back down with his tail wagging.
Moments later, Kinsley was rescued and her father arrested and charged with child abuse.
The little girl was asking to meet the dog that saved her. Gave her licks. She gave him a big old hug. His reward for a successful find is his chicken. He loves chicken. If you say chicken, he's going to perk right up.
In Rutherford County, I'm Justin Beasley, News 4 Nashville.
Gold medal gymnast Simone Biles.
Okay, let me call Rebuildable Ryan. I got your number. I'm going to call you now. And he is local. I do see that. I recognize that area code from locals I called last night. So I'm going to call Ryan, and then I'm going to call after, and maybe I'll clip the calls too, because you know, I can post them on the main channel if needed later, or I can play them again later whenever we do go live. And by the way, if you're not subscribed, please, if you can subscribe to my backup channel. On my main channel right now, I only have one notification left for 12 hours. Look, this video I just posted this morning. The other video from last night is 12 hours ago. That means I only get 3 notifications in a rolling 24 hours. So I only have one notification left for 12 hours on my main channel. So that's why like this backup channel is going to help me out a lot, I think. So I can do extra content, so I can save stuff on the main channel, jump on this channel, whatever. So I can flip-flop back and forth, because YouTube just limits me. So yeah, if you subscribe, if you like the content, I'd appreciate that. And watching just really helps out too, with like get my watch time up so I can get monetized. Okay, so let's call Ryan. And I feel like a little bit when I'm on this channel, I can be a little bit more laid back a bit, you know? Okay.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing? It's Ryan?
Yes, how's it going?
Good, man. Thank you for allowing me to call you.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you allowing me on the platform. I was on YouTube last night and I saw you covering this story, and I've been watching you for a year or so, and I was
thanks.
like, no shit, this is on his channel. So I'll keep it brief and to the point, because I'm just taking a quick break from working real quick. So I heard a couple of calls from locals on your other channel that you aired. I understand that if you come to this community and you know you don't really pay attention to anything, it can seem like a safe community. It's more upper middle class. But as of a few years back, the town of Clifton Park, which is 10 minutes south of where this happened, that's one of the highest towns in New York State for human trafficking and children trafficking. Also, if you've ever heard of the cult NXIVM was based out of this area, and the leader of that cult was sentenced a couple of years back. They were very big for children trafficking and human trafficking. So if you don't do your research, you can be fooled and think, you know, this area is perfectly safe, nothing's ever going to happen. But the reality of the situation really isn't that. As far as homelessness goes, the city of Saratoga, which is 10 minutes away from where this took place, has tons of homeless people and a huge homeless problem. We don't even have places to shelter these people. They're sleeping on the streets and they're getting banned from parks, etc. Now, on top of that, there's another gentleman. I'm just going to look at my phone real quick. His name was Charles Ross. And a few weeks back, he was let go with no bail or no bond because of the stupid bail reform we have in New York State. He was banned from Saratoga Park a few weeks back. He was taking pictures of younger women, stalking younger women.
Oh, shit, I found him. Yeah.
Yeah, if you search his name in Saratoga, his stuff will pop up. I think he just got released with no bond or bail a few weeks back, and he lives in the area, and he's waiting to face his charges. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, he did this. I'm just saying, you know, this is what he's charged with, and he's out with no bond or bail right now. And a local had called the state police to make sure they connected those dots, and they said, yes, we have a team working on it. And she asked, do you know where he was the night that the girl went missing? And they were not willing to answer that question. Obviously, the investigation's too active. So
this is weird. I've never even heard of this. So where was this guy? You said was he Saratoga Park? This guy, Charles Ross.
Yes. So he was banned from a Saratoga Park weeks back, and that park is only miles from where the Monroe Park is.
Wow. What was that city again that you said that's nearby that has I know you said Saratoga Springs, but then there's another city, I forgot the name of it, that you mentioned before that has.
So there's another city, Clifton Park.
Clifton Park.
And this is where child trafficking and human trafficking. They don't put it on the news or anything, but a few years back, we were in the top of New York State for the highest cases of that issue. And the cult Nexium was based out of the Clifton Park area, which is 10 minutes down the Northway from where this happened.
Very interesting.
So if you only listen to the news and what the news allows you to hear, yeah, you might think we're in a great city. But when you really start looking at numbers and facts behind the scenes, and, you know, it's just like anywhere else. Stuff happens here. And unfortunately, this area, one of the more popular crimes is human trafficking.
And I know you have to go soon, but any thoughts about that specific park, the Moreau Lake State Park, as far as like, and I heard a lot of people comment that like it wasn't dark at the time that Charlotte was riding her bike. 6:15.
So I don't know tons of details about the case. I just know I've been following it since yesterday. I work outside every day. I can say this time of year right now, it's usually starting to get dark around 5:30 to 6 o'clock. I would say by 7 o'clock, you're pretty much looking at, you know, no light at all. So if it was in that 6 to 7 window and she was in the woods, then I would say most likely it wasn't the brightest.
Okay.
The park itself, I've only been there a handful of times, so I can't say, you know, was there room for him to be able to get out of there with her or anything like that. I would imagine, just speaking in general, it's a giant place. So just like that escaped prisoner last month, even though, you know, they have all this manpower in the area, it's a huge wooded area. And it's not like it takes 30 minutes to get on Interstate 87. It's only less than 5 minutes until you're on the highway, and you can be in Canada in 90 minutes from there.
Wow.
So it's, or you can be at the city, New York, or you can be in New York City in 3 hours. So it's pretty easy to get out of there. And even though it's rural, it's pretty easy to hop on a highway and be gone quickly. Now I'm praying they find her, but yeah, it's a scary situation.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate the call. Very, very interesting. I'm gonna take a look at the video too about this guy, about this weirdo stalking woman in the park. I've covered stories like that. There was one story here locally to me, actually, where this guy, he had done this multiple times, and he actually, at one point, he actually chased after a woman. She narrowly escaped the guy. She did an interview on the TV. It was pretty crazy. But
yeah, I mean, it's scary shit. These people like that everywhere, man. And history has shown that people that start with doing something like what they see as not bad, just snapping creepy photos of women. History has shown that people that do this type of stuff, it progresses and gets worse.
Right.
So who knows? Maybe this guy, I'm not saying this is what happened, but, you know, just a hypothesis could be this guy got caught for the first time doing creepy shit, and he seems like he's weird, so maybe he lost it, and who knows?
Right. Well, thanks, man.
But yeah, so
appreciate it.
No problem. I'm gonna stay in tune with everything going on. You have my number and email. If I hear anything else, I'll shoot you an email.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Have a
You
great
too.
day, man.
Thanks. Take care.
You're welcome. Bye.
So that was a really interesting call, because I kind of like to hear what's in the area, what's going around. Of course, we don't know that this guy's related at all, but it's still interesting. The accused Saratoga Spa State Park stalker appeared in court. I can't, I don't know. Is this like a sickness or a disease? These people that are just roaming around, taking pictures of people, just like in this manner. Let's take a look at this shit. I guess I have using the wrong browser for this one.
Charles Ross appearing in court this morning following his arrest for stalking. He was accused of filming women running in Saratoga Spa State Park. We previously reported on his Instagram page, which an investigator confirmed was his. It included dozens of unsolicited videos of women. In court today, Charles Ross was released under pretrial supervision. Ross was previously arrested in 2018 and 2007 in similar cases. Wow. And in that 2007 case, he was banned from Spa State Park. One woman CBS 6 spoke with says videos of her were posted to the Instagram page. She says they were likely taken more than 20 years ago when she was a member of the Saratoga Springs High School cross country.
20 years ago?
She was a member of the Saratoga Springs High School cross country team. Ross is expected back in Saratoga Springs High School.
He was taking pictures of high schoolers?
She was a member of the Saratoga Springs High School cross country team. Ross is expected back in court October 19th. He has pleaded not guilty.
Wow. In connection with filming women without their consent and posting it, it's interesting too that he's posting it to social media. I mean, and I wonder, like, what was his caption? Was he just randomly posting this? Was he building up his profile? According to court documents, Charles Ross was charged with 4th-degree stalking after reports were made to the Saratoga Springs Police Department after his Instagram account displayed pictures and videos of women without their consent. Police said it's not illegal to take photos in public, but Ross was arrested after complaints were filed by individuals in the images that have since been deleted. I mean, it's weird. It's weird, but cops need to go check on this man. Make sure he didn't take that little girl. Bro, they're going to be coming for this guy now. The internet? Oh, shit, Ross. Not that I feel bad for this guy. Not that I feel like kind of remorse for this guy, but yeah, we don't know. But definitely cops should probably look at him. I don't know. Charles Ross. All right, let me hit up MM. Call MM. Let's see here. Pull up the phone number. Charles Ross. Oh, here. It doesn't.
Hi, Mel.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for reaching out. Let me call you. What was the other case that we spoke on before? You said you spoke previously.
I'm not even sure, but okay. I know we were texting back and forth. It was some shooter or something that was in a town. I think it was in maybe Alabama. I don't know. It was a couple years ago.
Okay. Cool. So are you in this area, or you know about it, or you just had thoughts?
Actually, I moved from Saratoga probably like 8 years ago. I'm actually from Dutchess County, but I lived in Troy, and I met my husband in Saratoga. So we lived there for many years and then moved again like 8 years ago back to Saratoga. It's a very popular area. Saratoga is known for their horse track, their wineries, restaurants. Now there's many exits off of I-87, which is, we call it the Northway. That also leads to like George, which is a very popular area in the summertime. And it goes all the way up to Plattsburgh, which is on the Canadian border.
As far as, okay. But let me ask you, the 87, because I'm looking at the map right now. You said that there's many. What off of that? Or like
there's like a lot of exits for like Saratoga. I think they have like 3 exits, if I remember. I lived off at exit 16, which was in Wilton. There is a prison there. I could see it from the back of my house. Yeah. Lit up like at nighttime. Also, there is a lot of I'd say predators. I actually had one living next to me.
What?
Yeah. The school district used to be great. I've heard in the last 8 years, you can like check it on YouTube. Saratoga Blue Streaks has like, it's the kids are beating up the teachers. So the whole place has gone in the hole, I guess. I go home like every year to see. I have family there in Gainesville. Moreau State Park, though, you have to be registered to get in there. It's like a regular state park. You have a tag on your car that lets you in. You pay for it yearly, monthly, whatever. And to get in, you have to get a pass, which means, you have to register too. So I'm sure they have everybody who's actually been staying in that park. There is ways in and out besides that direct route. It's kind of scary now, but from, the governor jumping on it, I'm just going to say she has many, many problems. For my family that lives there, I was just told probably a couple months ago that there is a lot of homeless people. I don't know if they're immigrants or whatever, crossing the border people, but they're near like the train tracks.
Really?
So, it's scary. And I can remember about what Ryan was talking about the trafficking of the kids. There is also an exit on the Northway for a rest area that literally had to be shut down because of, bad things going on there at the rest area.
Let me ask you. So this old Saratoga Road that runs right by that by the camp area. To drive through that road, do you have to be registered to drive through that area, that specific road?
No, nope. No, there is a checkpoint to get in and to register, but as I can tell you now, I don't think it's manned all hours, and I really don't remember the cutoff to get into the park.
Okay.
Like some of them close by dusk, or open by dusk and close by certain times at night. So, there's always a way to sneak into parks.
Yeah.
And Saratoga State Park, where you were just talking about the one guy who was watching girls and stuff, you can sneak into that really easy. That's actually where SPAC is. SPAC is a big concert center that's huge. Like everyone wants to go see a concert, they either go to Albany or they go to SPAC. It's called Saratoga Performing Arts Center.
Oh, and you said you guys have a border problem?
That what?
You guys have a border problem?
It's, I'd say probably.
So is there people trying to run over there or trying to come in over here?
I'd say it's probably like maybe, don't quote me, maybe 8 hours from the border of Canada.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a big homeless whatever problem, right downtown Saratoga, which, I was kind of shocked when my sister-in-law told me. I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
But the community is great, and they will come together, and I'm not going to say anything bad about, the Saratoga Police Department because they've always been great. But like I said, it's been 8 years, and I know the school has turned to garbage. And my kids went there when they were younger. They went to Greenfield Center, which isn't really far. But yeah, there's lots of back roads and stuff to get into to Moreau Park. So
Very interesting. So I mean, this person, if somebody did take Charlotte, they necessarily didn't have to register, especially if they just pulled up on this old Saratoga Road somewhere.
Right. And the other thing is, the Northway is a hop, skip, and a jump from that road.
The Northway. What's the Northway? That's the
87.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I do see it. Okay.
And that road goes up to Plattsburgh, and that's where it gets like really foresty, if you want to call it that, and wooded, and goes right in, and same with Lake George, so they could have taken this little girl anywhere.
Yeah, who knows? That's the scary thing. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering if they have like. So somebody yesterday called and said that there is some type of cameras, but maybe it's only at the buildings or something of this place. There's like a park office here.
I would probably say if there is one, is probably where you pull in to register to get into the park. But like I said, I don't think it's manned all the time, and I'm not sure what the hours are anymore.
Yeah, there was this case locally to me where this girl, well, she actually they believe she went willingly, like she left on her own accord, but when she got off a bus stop by a park, they thought they saw her at the park, but when they went to go check the cameras, like almost all the cameras weren't working. There was like one camera that was
right.
This Florida story, so who knows?
But you can look up like the predators in the area, and you will see that there is a lot of them. Like I said, there was one right next door to me.
Damn.
Yeah, like my fence was like part of his fence. So yeah, I watched him a lot.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate the call.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mel.
No problem. All right, we'll talk.
All right, have a great day. Bye.
Let's see. And it says pronunciation. Please, Mel. Don't know if your mic or mouth is, but much is jumbled. Is there audio issues? I was kind of trying to adjust it a little bit this morning because I noticed when I was recording, it sounded kind of like the audio wasn't the best. So I was trying to adjust it, and I thought I'd open up the mic more, but you can't. Let me see what I sound like. Actually, let me listen to myself. Let's see. I was kind of trying to adjust it a little bit this morning because I noticed when I was recording, it sounded kind of like the audio wasn't the best. It actually sounds very clear to me. I thought maybe there was something too because I feel like when I recorded the audio this morning, it sounded funny, but when I'm listening on my phone, it sounds actually really, really loud and clear. It doesn't sound mumbled to me. Let me see. Those were some really good calls though. Let's see if there's anything else kind of popping off with this. Search continues. Oh, Trump to appear at fraud trial? When is that happening? Trump to appear at fraud trial. Fraud trial. Oh, Trump civil fraud trial starting. Is he actually going to show up in court?
That's what it says, yes.
That, by the way, that Take Care of Maya trial is going on. I don't really know anything about this story, but I heard it's a really weird, interesting story. I don't really know much about it. I think there was a show about it. Maybe we'll watch that Trump thing. I don't know. Is he actually going to say anything? Or his lawyers will probably talk for him, right? Trump civil. Okay, well, let me see what's going on here. So nothing with Charlotte right now. So we'll come back later for that, for updates on that. Somebody was asking about a press conference earlier. I haven't heard anything about another press conference yet. No confirmation. Hold on, there's another. Is this the aunt? Is this the aunt? Yo, they just played her TikTok video. I'll play the TikTok video.
Hi guys, I know there's so much information out there about my niece Charlotte. I appreciate all of the videos and all of the outreach. It's a little bit overwhelming. I'm obviously handling the media stuff for the family, given that I work in the media. There isn't any information that we can tell at this time, but if you can keep sharing her photo and praying, really, that is really the best that the family, our family, can ask of anyone at this time. The police are doing their job. They know what they're doing. I'm getting so many messages.
And says we talk border because POS in Florida and Texas are shipping folks in buses.
Can't even keep up, honestly. But if you know anything at all, please contact the New York State Police. If you know anyone that lives around the area. Just I feel like any information would help with their investigations at this time. So I'll try to keep you guys updated if I hear of anything.
That's pretty much it. I guess you can't really say anything. This Trump thing, yeah. I don't know. Former President Donald Trump to appear in court. Is it going to be...
Was abducted
What are they talking about?
Imminent danger or serious harm.
Charlotte E. Sena is a 9-year-old white female with long blonde hair, is approximately 5 foot 1 inch in height, and weighs about 90 pounds. She was last seen wearing an orange tie-dye Pokemon shirt, dark blue pants, black Crocs, and a gray bike helmet.
Sunday morning, authorities issuing an Amber Alert as more than 100 searchers, including police.
Well, the whole shipping in buses. I don't know all the things that are going on with the border, but I've always felt the border is a problem. Personally, we do need to better protection. I have personally felt like it's you might as well call it. I forgot what the term that they were using years ago. Open borders. That's basically what it is. And I feel like some of these politicians and a lot of people were for that. And I've always personally felt that if you're for that, then you should be taking people into your home and not complaining about it, not saying anything. You should just let random people come into your house and stay with you. You know, I'm not for. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. I have no problem with immigration. My grandmother came here legally. She paved the way for our entire family. She came legally and got the paperwork for my family one by one before I was born. So I'm really grateful for that. But just this mass fucking thing of people just just everybody just coming in, no kind of, and then some of these people are getting better benefits than the homeless people, the vets on the street, people here struggling in this country. Like, I just feel like you have to fix the issues you have in your house before you start helping everybody else. I mean, you can help, but like, even in my situation, I think about lately, I've been really trying to manage my finances better because I did my taxes and I'm like, damn, I've been really careless about money. I've really realized that until I started like printing out my statements, my bank statements, and looking at the BS, whether it's like an app that you downloaded that you forget about and they start charging you, or there was like this Rocket Money app that really pissed me off. I downloaded this app that's like supposed to save you money. It looks at all your stuff on your account and it tells you you could cancel this or you could cancel that. And then it starts taking money out of your account and they're like, oh, we're just going to put this into our own, it's your money, but we're going to put it in our own bank account and save it for you. And so they start taking all this money out. And after a while, I'm kind of like, what the fuck? Because like almost every week, every 2 weeks. And I got so annoyed and I couldn't really figure out at the time what the hell it was. So I just like, I stopped it. I canceled it. And then when I was doing my tax stuff, which I was doing it yesterday, which look, it's October already. I finally finished it though. Next year's going to be a lot easier. Like any YouTubers, my recommendation, any YouTubers that like, you either have one account where you're going to put all your expenses towards, or have a business account, you know, make a little LLC, make a business account, have all your income from YouTube, Facebook, whatever, income into that one account, all your expenses, one account. That way you just print that shit out and you give it to your tax person. What happened last year, I did it mid-year. So I still had all that stuff on my personal account and then stuff on my business account. So I had to like, it was a pain. I'm telling you, a pain in the ass. But anyway, while I was looking at this stuff, I realized like, well, that Rocket app thing yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I finally go back to download the app because I'm like, this money has to be somewhere. This money has to be somewhere. And I figured out, I went online, they're like, oh, you can download the app and there's a part in the app where you have to go deposit. I had $1,900 in there. Just sitting there. I almost wasn't even going to go ever back and look at it. And I saw that. That's when I realized, like, yo, I've been really, really, really careless. Like, these people will fucking take you for your money. And if you don't pay attention, $1, $2, $4 a month, whatever. If you don't, they could do that shit to you for years if you're not paying attention. I couldn't believe it. And after a while, because I kind of have the feeling like I'm being taken advantage of, which is not a good feeling. It's my own negligence in a way too. It is my own negligence, but like some of these companies are kind of really slick, and to even cancel the shit, sometimes they don't even want to let you do it on their website. You have to like call them, be on hold, all this stuff. Yeah, 1,900, 1,900. I was shocked. Yeah. So and I found a couple other accounts like that. It was a little bit frustrating, but I'm gonna start doing that now. I'm gonna start really kind of pinching. I'm gonna start printing out my statement every month, and I'm gonna go with a highlighter, go through all that shit. Because at the time I wasn't thinking about it too much. This time, like this year, I'm like, holy shit! Like I really need to manage myself better. Because then you're like, where the hell did the money go? That's kind of, and then now groceries are expensive as hell. I mean, it's been expensive. It's gone up. Groceries are expensive. I've tried to stop even ordering because I used to have the groceries delivered. I just try to go to the store and shop now. Yesterday I just went to Aldi's and bought some stuff. Aldi's is good for some things. You know, you can grab some. Not my favorite place. I mean, the whole thing of like, you gotta put a little quarter in the shopping cart to get a shopping cart, which I guess then you gotta pay for bags if you want bags. You get some stuff in there. Hambone says, I just learned how to reconcile my accounts. I've always kind of been bad. Just get some iCkEdMeL membership. I've honestly, I've literally within the last month, I've started to kind of wake up because I realized the money that I had in my account last year compared to this year, it's a lot less. I'm still fine. I'm still good. I'm great. But like, I like to like kind of look and be like, what the fuck happened? So I'm like, what the hell, you know? and to the whole thing where I was meaning to say like, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. You know, I used to lend money out here and there to like help people, and really I'd never get that money back. And I'm like, I kind of put my foot down, like I'm gonna stop that shit because like I have to take care of myself, I have to take care of Maddie. I still do when I can, like you know, but like there's a certain point to you feel like you're being taken advantage of, type of thing. So, but it runs a little deeper than that. So, but yeah, I really think everybody should kind of like, if you don't already, just sit down. My mother used to always tell me that. Check your account. You know? Yo, oh, you calling me out. You're right, Grumpy. You're right. Calling me out. The $300 hairbrush. Ain't that some shit? You're right. The $300 hairbrush. Right here. My favorite hairbrush. I don't know that this is, I can't see the 300 in this. My mother really flipped when I told her about this. It was kind of like a joke, but I'm even thinking about like, honestly, I've gotten so like petty with my stuff now over the last month. I was like looking at my account and I'm like, they're charging me like this $15 maintenance fee. And I'm like, why? Every month? Where's this shit at? Right here. Let's see if I can. And a paper statement fee too. These people they find any way they can take you for some money. Let me just show personal stuff. They try to find any way. And I'm thinking like, but I'm pretty sure I have a certain balance. Why are they charging me a maintenance fee? I'm telling you, I finally sat down and I started paying attention. Maintenance fee? For what? You know, it's like, if you really, really start looking and you think about how much this shit adds up, right? I mean, if they charge me every month, I mean, that's a tank of gas, that's fucking groceries. I mean, over the year, I mean, $180 just to have a bank account. There's other accounts that'll do it for free. Other banks that'll do it for free. I actually signed up with the credit union this weekend. I went in there because I want to establish like a credit. I want to like establish like business with them, and I'm pretty sure it's completely free. They told me it's complete. You don't even have to have direct deposit going in there. And then they have this thing too that if you called like a dividends thing, if you keep 1,500 daily balance on there, as long as you don't go under 1,500, they'll pay you $12.95 a month. Now I know that's kind of maybe picking at things, but I was like, if I just leave 1,500 in there and just let them pay me for it or whatever, that'd be a bad thing. But I think it adds up to like 100 something a year, something like 150 or something. Your bank fee is $5. What are they maintaining, right? Because they're using your money too, right? When you put the money in there, they're using your shit. So why are they charging me a maintenance fee? Yeah, that credit unions are amazing. Yeah. There's one thing on my credit that I have pretty good credit, but there's one thing on my credit that I'm trying to fix, and so I figured let me just start a little something with the credit union because they have really, really low rates, and you can get auto loans, you can get mortgage loans, stuff like that. So I figure I'll just start an account with them, build a little rapport with them. I need to cancel that paper thing too. I don't know why they sending me this shit. I don't even read it. That's part of my problem. But you can just print it out online. We don't have a bank fee credit. Yeah, I might even eventually move over to the credit union. I'm seriously thinking about it. I mean, I have TD Bank now, but I mean, all these fees and stuff just kind of like ridiculous. There's a site for every state, Cameron, but if you look into it, you might have money you never knew you had. I looked at mine. I had over 3,000. Wow, unclaimed property from your state. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking into it, man, because I realize you have to be just, and I'm returning stuff too to the store. I used to like just not return shit. I'm returning shit now. All right, so I guess that's it for Charlotte for now. I do have a notification on the main channel, which I'm just gonna save. Because like I feel like who knows, like at any moment some type of breaking news could come with Charlotte. I am gonna look into that one trial to see when they're actually starting. I'm looking at some of the Charlotte stuff too real quick if they see it. I wonder if they'll release the 911 call. I mean, it might not matter, I guess. 911 call. But there's no other new information. Everything's like, oh, I could look at the Facebook groups real quick too to see what else they're saying. The conversations in there. Yeah. I'm gonna go cancel that paper statement bullshit. Both my banks are credit unions. Yeah, I might switch. I might switch. Even the credit cards are cheaper. The only thing I wonder about the credit union is like my only fear is like I don't think you can call them 24/7, right? Like I don't think if you have an issue, I don't think they're open after hours. That's the only thing about them. I have an Optimus bill. It's a phone bill. There's a charge me $8 a month for sending out a paper bill. Mustard Mama, I haven't heard of any press conference yet. We were just watching this reporter that posted about 2 hours ago. He said he hasn't heard of anything yet. Wow, that's nice. That's a good APR. My credit card APR through my credit union is 15%. I was paying. I feel like there's been like this debate with credit cards, right? Because like I've been trying to improve my credit. I'm like early 700 05, something like that. I don't know. But I've been trying to improve it because I've been kind of stuck. And somebody was telling me that you shouldn't pay off the entire thing. I've been paying off the entire thing, but I've heard maybe leave like 10% or less. And definitely don't have more than 30% utilization rate, even overall. But I've been told leave like a little bit, like a 10%, 5%, something to carry over. I don't know if that's true or not. He just said I closed an investment account, but they wouldn't let me take it all, so I left 1 cent in it. I get an 8-page statement for it every month. No. Chase will pay you up to $600. Oh, this credit union, they gave me $130. That was like, because there's a new one that opened by me. So they gave you like a $130 bonus, which I thought was cool. I didn't know Chase did 600. That's actually really good. But I'm sure Chase, they have all kinds of like, you got to have this amount there. There's these banks that have like a daily amount type of thing. Well, even the LLC, they have like a daily balance, I think. I gotta check what it is, but like if you go under, they'll charge you a monthly thing. Mel, Navy Federal is 24/7 by phone. Can't even call them on really. It says do not pay interest on credit cards if you can pay off the entire balance. That's what I've been. I don't know. That's what I've been wondering. I mostly just pay it off, but then somebody was telling me you should leave a little bit on there. Leave about 10% balance due on the date of the statement cutoff. Oh, okay. So you're just saying don't even let it run over. And I have this credit card that when I was fixing my credit, I opened a secured credit card. That's where you give them the money. Let's say you do a $500 secured credit card. So you give them the $500. They open up a credit card for you. They hold that money as like a security thing, but then you get to build up your credit. I don't want that card anymore, but if I close that card, because I want my money back, I either want to change it to an actual credit card, but I don't think they'll do it because I'm not using that card, and there's like no benefit to that card to me. It doesn't really have any perks. But I'm told too that if I close it, it'll hurt my credit score because that was one of my first cards that I had on my credit. So I'm not sure what to do with that. Though I only use one card right now, and the reason I use it is because you get like 3% back or something like that. And so what I do is like, whether it's groceries or I go shop something, buy something, I'll put it on the credit card and then I'll pay it off and I get these cash rewards. And then the cash rewards, I put it back towards the balance. So like I had up to like $100 cash reward. I just put it back towards the credit card. So like there's certain perks that you can actually benefit from. I wouldn't say to use your card if you really don't have money unless it's an emergency. But like there's certain like 3%, 5% cash back type of things that it'll actually pay you back if you don't let the balance run over. If you're letting the balance run over and you're paying interest, then it's not really a bonus really because you're paying for it already. But but you do not want to pay instead, pay interest. You're paying for air. Don't close it, right? Just let the money, let it go. Longest credit card is very important. I guess I gotta just take the bullet, or use it once a month with gas or something, and just pay it off, and then maybe they'll actually let me change it to actual credit card. Every time your credit is ran to open credit card, it goes against you. Put your cell phone on an auto pull from your checking. Oh, that's what I do. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Wait. You're saying cell phone? Okay. I want a Discover card. I can't get it. I've applied, like the pre-approval thing. I heard that the Discover card is really good. They want to prove it. I think they told me my credit history or something. I guess I don't have enough history yet. It's been over like a year and a half, I think, since I fixed it. I don't know. I guess I have to wait a couple more months. That I've wanted that Discover card forever. Even back in the day when before I messed up my credit, that was one of the cards that I wanted to get. My sister has a Amex, but she has like the top of the line Amex one, like a really, really nice credit card with a whole bunch of perks and benefits. You just have to know. I guess have to know how to play the game to take advantage of it. Oh well, and that's how I messed up, was co-signing. I'm not gonna say who, but years ago, I was doing really good. I was fixing my credit. I was working at the hospital. I really wasn't. I was still struggling a little bit financially, but I was fixing my credit. I was doing great. Then I met somebody. I started dating them. I was with them for a while, and I wanted to help out by co-signing a car for them. That was a huge mistake. And I didn't know that person had financial issues. I didn't find out until a year later. And it wasn't because that person told me. It's because I found out. There was like an open letter in the house. I live with that person. And something about the letter, it looked like a certified type of, I don't know what it was. And I looked because some shit I knew for months something wasn't right. So I looked and the person's wages were being garnished. And so that's how I found out. And the car ended up getting taken. And that screwed me for a while. They actually came after me too. That company. So I haven't even spoke about this. That company had come after me. I think they went to my mother's house and I guess my mother accepted on my behalf. Thanks, Mom. And I was just gonna pay it. I was just gonna let it go. Like, I mean, I was just gonna, but my mother was, no, you should get an attorney and blah blah blah. I was like, because my thought was like, why? If I co-signed it, I screwed up, but I did it anyway. I got the attorney. The attorney was like, oh yeah, there's not gonna be a problem. No, we do this stuff all the time. Because I guess the company maybe didn't have my signature or something, but I don't know. Whatever happened, that company apparently started fighting back. And it got to the point where like they wanted to do a deposition, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I went into this place, went into my attorney's office. This is a different attorney, not with this current situation, local Florida attorney. I went into the office, we were sitting there, and I was telling him, like, so how long can this shit take? He's like, it can take hours. And I'm like, hours for what? Like, what is there to talk about? Like, I co-signed some shit, I screwed up. What is there to... At that point, I told the lawyer, I was like, hey, is there any way we could just settle this shit? Like, can we, because they charge you. Like, the other thing too, I paid $1,000 for the lawyer and I didn't have to pay anything else. The thing ended up getting dragged out more than we thought, but all I had to pay was $1,000. But he was telling me, like, if I lose this thing, then I could end up paying more. They could try to get me for attorney fees. And even for like because they had to be like a court reporter for the deposition, like somebody that's like on record, I guess, typing or I don't know, whatever. And so I said, like, can we just settle this shit? And he spoke to the guy. The guy was like, okay. So there was like this back and forth for like a while. It was really interesting to see them negotiate. And I actually ended up paying cheaper than it would have been had I paid the full thing. I think it was like $5,000 that the original thing was. I think I had to pay $3,500. But still, if you count the lawyer fee that I paid, so really $4,500. So I guess I saved $500. But it was really, really interesting to see the exchange back and forth and stuff like that. Pain in the ass. So yeah, don't co-sign. do not co-sign. And they didn't even go after that person. They didn't even go after the person, the main signer. That person was like in the wind. So I guess they just came after me. No, they took the car. The car was gone already. Yeah, they took the car. Car got removed. It was a Nissan Rogue. The Rogue. That's a Nissan, right? Nissan Rogue. That's the car that they took. Let me see. I'm a fellow camper and understand how safe you can feel as a parent at a campground. I live just across the border from New York, Canada. I'm sharing Charlotte's info and encourage other Canadians to do the same. Same spent many camping trips in the woods and at campsites. Kids ride their bikes all around and it should be safe. Predators are everywhere. Heart is broken. There's no fence. I live 2 minutes down the road from the park. There's massive cornfields surrounding the Mount Gregor beyond that with pretty thick forest. Does anyone know if they checked there or only searched the park? Would it be helpful for me? Would it be helpful for me to set up a camera outside my home, even though this disappearance already occurred? I hope she is found safe. So they updated the height too. They had the wrong height and eye color. Okay. Browsing anything else? Oh, that's nice. What do you put it on there? Oh, that's a dog. I don't know, man. Creepy, scary. Paranoid. I mean, I'm paranoid. You gotta hold on to your kids, man. It's too much shit going on. When you'd think they'd be okay in this area, but
Yeah, it has brightened up this morning. We're not allowed inside the state park. That is closed off to the public and the media. More people have showed up to get inside the park, and also friends of the family are here as well. I'm joined by Patrick Kane, who's known this family for a very long time. Obviously, this is a parent's worst nightmare to get to.
I cannot imagine the agony they're going through right now. Cannot imagine it.
You and also another one of the friends of the family here, because you guys want to help. You guys want to get involved.
We're just here to help. We'll do whatever we need to do to help.
I know I saw one of the officers come over and talk to you. Right now, they're not accepting volunteers?
That's correct. They just want us to, stand down and wait for further instructions. So we're just here. We'll be here all day if we have to be.
And you were telling me also that Dave, the father of this girl, one of 3 daughters, the middle child, and you said he's one of the most dedicated parents you know.
He coaches every.
By the way, thanks, Blair, for coming over to the backup channel, man. Appreciate that.
You can imagine he's attending everything the girls do, and he and his wife, I'm sure, are just heartbroken right now because it's been 2 nights this young lady's been away.
And you're proof, like a lot of upstate communities, when something like this happens, everyone kind of bands together. You're not the only one here waiting to figure out, let us know where we can go, let us know how we can help.
Well, if the role was reversed, Dave would be standing here talking to you, not me. But that's the kind of person he is, and that's the kind of family he's from, and we're going to do whatever it takes to bring her back safely.
Thank you so much. That was Patrick Kane, one of the friends of the family. Again, we're now past 36 hours since Charlotte was last seen here at Moreau Lake State Park.
Facebook will start playing videos. Things almost got me in trouble before. I don't know what's gonna pop up. I guess that's it, man. So yeah, I gotta fix these screens. I'll be keeping an eye on this story. Some of my goals too, to be some of the stuff I've been really wanting to do. I'm trying to get myself back on track, man. When I say back on track, I mean like doing more content. And I sometimes want to go back to the old school stuff of like doing the missing persons. We do the missing persons, but we do like this stuff that's current events, current happening. I'd like to start when I have time covering some of the older cases, or even just like a short series. I've mentioned this a couple times. I've talked to Katrina about it. I really want to do another update on Daniel Robinson. I feel really, really bad for that guy. And I really wanted to meet him at CrimeCon. I didn't get to see him there. He's been advocating for his son ever since he's been missing. This guy went to CrimeCon in Las Vegas. He went to CrimeCon in Orlando. This guy, like, at some point I saw him doing like a live stream every day. He made a channel. He went to the CrimeCon thing and just handing out flyers. I did a video on this a while back, and it was a really good video. I'm just gonna have to take a day where I watch my own video and also go over his information. I mean, he has a website. I think a lot of the information is on here about the story, but I'm gonna have to go through the story for myself and write down questions and familiarize myself. He has a really good website set up. I DM'd him. I just didn't get to catch him. It was really hard to find people at CrimeCon. I thought he had a booth, but apparently he didn't. And he spoke at CrimeCon, and I didn't get to see him speak either. So I would love to have him on sometime. And we might do it in a live stream format. I like to do conversations off air and edited, but I don't know. Since he's been doing live streams, I mean, maybe we can do a live and people can ask questions after we're done talking. And then also, there's another story that I want to try to get to as well. So hopefully I do it. I sometimes say this shit, so I just repeat, so it beats into my head. Vladik. That's how you say it. Brian Vladik. This is an Orlando story. Just to get it out. I met his sisters at CrimeCon. So we'll see. And if we do this trial thing, when you do the trial thing, it's a little bit tough. And then the other thing too, honestly, like I've said, my daughter, being in first grade, which sounds so silly because I'm sure it's going to get rougher, but she has all this homework, all this stuff, all these like different, it's nothing but like all this you have picture day. Then you have the day that they were meeting up at Chick-fil-A, all the parents and stuff. And then you have this walkathon thing coming up. And then you have this, it's like all these different things. And so I'm managing that. And she's been a little bit cranky too. The last time I took her to two places. With family on Saturday, and then yesterday we went out for breakfast. She's been kind of cranky at the restaurants. She's really good, but like I kind of have to be on top of her for her homework and stuff. I don't really like doing math, which I hate math too. So, but yeah, my goal, I've been saying this for a while, to kind of get into the rhythm of like waking up earlier in the day, whether it's doing a live stream, whether it's like preparing something for later on in the day. Start the day early. No more dropping off the baby and coming home to sleep. I can't really do that. And I got a bench press. I bought a bench press because when I was at CrimeCon, they have a gym over there. And one of my favorite workouts is like being able to do the bench press because like it tightens up my chest, these muscles, my shoulders, and so I got a little portable, like foldable bench press that's in a box. I have to put it together, but I want to start doing that a little bit more in the mornings too, so I can go do my cardio. And then when I want to, it just when I went to CrimeCon and I went to work out in the mornings and I did that bench press thing, I was like, holy crap, I just felt great. I don't know what it is. You just feel like more like your muscles tight, your chest tight, you feel kind of good about yourself. So my mother's probably gonna trip when she sees that because I guess it's going to be in the living room, so I don't know. Melvin. Yeah, I'm a PTO dad. I haven't gone back. I went one for the meeting. I haven't gone back yet. My main thing is I need to add myself to the website. There's a Broward County website that you have to add yourself to volunteer to do a background check. And then you can go to like the school trips. I just want to be able to go to the school trips sometimes. I want to pop up on the kids, Yeah, I used to bench press back in the day. Right now I just do it pretty much a caddy, 145 on each. I probably could put like a little 5 or 10 on the side, but I normally just do like 45 on each. get like a nice workout. Yeah, Daniel's father, David. Yeah, that guy's been going hard. Yeah, me too, Blair. I honestly, if I stop, even just like my I like to do cardio, but like I know I need to do weights and stuff. It's really important to do weights. But if I don't go for a couple of days, I just start to get in a bad mood. My mood is just not as good. If it's really, I'm just more social and everything. So what I did before CrimeCon, my little plan of attack was I detoxed for 5 days, right? So I didn't do. And it's funny, when I got there, I drank a lot, but before CrimeCon, I didn't drink. I think it was like 5 days. I did a detox before that, but then I drank. But so 5 day detox. There was another one that I detox. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna go there, but I did another one too. No, whatever. No fat. No fat. All this shit. Quite crazy. I did that so I could be in the best mental state possible for CrimeCon. And really, optimally, like 10 days or 14 days would have been best. But does getting up for snacks count as exercise? Go swimming if you're just working out. Yeah, swimming. It's actually, the weather's really nasty outside right now. It's like dark. It's been thundering, kind of raining. It was like that yesterday too. Just pretty bad weather. Champagne. I love it. It was good. It's my favorite, Prosecco. Mm-hmm. So the homework stuff, yeah. A couple of times I was looking at the homework, and Matt is asking me questions, and in my head, I'm like, "What the f is this?" Like, honestly, I was like, kind of like, What do they want?" Some of the stuff that they're asking first graders, I'm kind of like, "What?" But so there's an app that I downloaded, and there's also a parents WhatsApp group. So they add me. I asked to be added to this WhatsApp group. So they added me to it, so I guess I can ask the parents questions there, because yeah, kind of a little bit lost sometimes. If I don't jog with my littlest, he turns to baby Hulk. Yeah, jogging helps me. Also, if I go for a long period of time without eating, I might get kind of cranky. We're scheduled for Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Common Core in Florida? I've never heard of that. Common Core. I don't know what that is. Mathematics, English language arts. I don't know if that's Florida though. Let me see. Oh, it says Florida has officially eliminated Common Core. I haven't heard of it. Oh, those climbing machines are dope. Like the Stairmaster thing. That shit is dope. I sometimes that one's it's not. I agree with you. Though. I mean, I think that's way more. I think it's better than the treadmill. That's actually gonna put you to work. It's pretty good as long as you don't have bad knees. That's a really good intense workout. I feel like, and that's one of those ones too. You don't really need to. You don't need to be there for an hour. I don't even think you can last an hour. You could go on there probably 20 minutes. Maybe it's something like that. You get a really, really good workout, sweat and everything. All right. I guess I'm gonna head out for now. I'm gonna go do a few things. I gotta finalize. I handed in all my taxes, but I just have to I have to set up a thing with her for tomorrow, an appointment. And that's it. That's over with that. So, all right, man. I'll be around. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this morning. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not already. I have one notification on the main channel, so I'm gonna save that in case something breaking happens. You know, with Charlotte. If not, for whatever else, I'll be on this channel if I have to come back or whatever. Trump. Up like Donald Trump. Oh, shit. Up like Donald Trump. What's up? What's up, Andrew? Oh, up like Donald Trump. Uh-oh. Damn, I wonder if I should start a new stream. Maybe if you want more info, Charlotte info, my uncle's a cop locally. All right, I definitely will. Oh, they left. Like Donald. Oh. Ooh, he said, shut up. But I don't know if they're actually going to show the inside, though. Maybe they can't show the inside. Oh, Brandon. Oh, yes. Oh, you're right on the corner? Okay. I can hit you up. I can do one more. I can do a final call. Let me see something. Let me just confirm. I guess they're not going to show the inside of the courtroom. No. Yeah, they don't show the inside. All right, so yeah, let's talk. Let's talk right now. Branger, okay, yeah, let's do the final call. We'll do that, and then I can clip it because I have two things I got to do after the stream, and then I'll go pick up the baby. So we could do one more call for now, and then once I pick up the baby, I'll be available the rest of the day. All right, so let's do this. You want send me your phone number? You want to email me? You want to email me, Brandrew? Email me at iCkEdMeL@gmail.com. Send me your phone number and I'll just call you directly. So I don't have to open up the line. The Google Voice thing is free. I don't have to pay for no phone call and stuff. Over here pinching pennies all of a sudden. Looking at my bank statement, I'm like, bruh, tripping. Yeah, so send me an email, Brandrew, and we'll do the final call. And then what I'll do later after I get back, I think I will edit the 3 phone calls because I thought they were really great phone calls. And I don't know if I'll post it on this channel or the main channel. Definitely to Facebook. I have to post 2 videos to Facebook. And we'll see. I'll post them separately because what happens is too is some people will watch the entire live stream. That's really why I wanted the Clips channel too. Right now, everything goes on the Clips channel. I'm just trying to promote it and get the channel growing. But eventually, I don't know, who knows? I'm a mess. Eventually, the Clips will go somewhere. Okay. Cool. Jenna, yeah. Oh, Jenny? Is that how you say her name? Jenny Sena is the aunt's name, but thank you for that. Yeah. I think she's a podcaster, not news that I can see. Oh, okay. I'm not sure then. Yeah. Not sure what she does. Okay, let me check my email. Okay, I got your number, Brandon. All right, thank you. I will call you. Oh.
Hey, what's going on,
Brandon,
bro?
what's up?
Not too much. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. We're just earlier going over some of the. I don't really know if there's updates, but just some of the details of the case.
I actually tried to hit you up on Facebook this morning on 2 of your following accounts and just kind of give you info. But my wife went to the Stewart's around the corner from her house, and I was completely unaware. But Charlotte's mother has served us coffee numerous times. And one of her coworkers there actually had spoken with her a few times, and I know the whole kind of situation is not really clear on media as far as the timeline and everything else like that. But from what it sounds like, they heard actual screaming from the other side of their station from where they are on the park, because it's not that far away. And her mom was actually just there to drop her off, and she's going to be hanging out with her cousins and stuff for the rest of the night and the family. But they heard the screaming, didn't think very much of it, didn't see her come back within like a few minutes of that. And then people started being, I guess, frantic in the area. And then they started the search because they hadn't seen her come back within like the 8 to 10 minute time period after hearing the screams. And supposedly someone had mentioned that it sounded like potentially her. But they came up upon the bike and also the croc, which, if you remember last night, we talked and I said, maybe it sounds like she tried to run from the bike or whoever. But it sounds like almost instantaneously they knew it was a child abduction. So the fact that we didn't receive an Amber Alert in our area for 14 hours from that point. We received 2 within about 4 hours of each other, but the first one was only at 10 a.m. the next day. And if you look back to even the mapping of the area and everything, even toward where her bike was, I've mentioned to a few people, so I said last night, there's not really a transient community in that vicinity. Over the last year or two, though, off of Wilton's exit, right off of Route 9, you'll notice that there's been more of a presence of like a druggy group or whatever that'll hang cardboard signs out near like just off the Northway where they know people are going to shop and everything. And there have been drug encampments near like the Wilton area toward Best Buy. If you look at like Pyramid Pines Estates, there's the trailer park over there where there's actually huge drug activity along with pedophiles and stuff too in that general vicinity. Not to say that it's toward that, but people mention Wilton. Wilton has a high presence of that in addition to Glens Falls, even if you go north. So
you said
trail routes
Milton
and everything in
or
addition.
Wilton?
Wilton, Wilton, Wilton and Glens Falls are the 2 closest places, which those are the only ones in the area that actually have established pedophile communities to where they're not able to go toward a certain place or another, you know what I mean, within school reasons. But those direct routes, either way, you're going north or south, and one's going to bring you to Wilton, and it would have been Route 9 that they would have initially had to take from the vicinity. So they only went north and south, if anything, if she was abducted. And unfortunately, they didn't close down the roads and release this statement ahead of time. But there's also been a significant presence also with the police scanners and everything that have been looking for a maroon or dark colored, red colored F-150 or 250 with a cooler in the back and some other things. I also sent you another file to where, if you look on your inbox, you'll see that there's a screenshot of a local lady that has a granddaughter that's supposedly friends of one of the daughters. And she mentioned that it was captured on a trail camera as far as the kidnapping, just next to where her bike was found.
Okay, I'm looking at my inbox. I'm looking at my main page. I didn't see a screenshot.
I sent it to you through Messenger. One account under Mel iCkEdMeL,
Yeah.
and then like your media page.
Yeah.
I try to go to on Facebook. I think that's what it is. I mean, I can send you another.
If you can send it to me again, send it to my page. I did see. I found your message, but for some reason,
is it your official page that you want it sent to?
Yeah. I mean, you can send it to my personal
Where
one.
you got like a watch in the background, and you have is it you and your daughter for like the main picture?
That's actually, let me see. That's my private page.
Okay, so I sent it to not only that one, but I think I sent it to your other page. I tried to at least say it to you, but I don't think I could link the picture there.
It came up as spam for
if
some
you
reason.
want to pull up that actual,
I got it now. For some reason, you
Yeah.
came under spam for some reason. But yeah, I got you now. Let me save the image.
And
okay.
I'm live on your feed now too. So let me know if there's like any over chat that you hear from your video.
Okay, no, you're good. The one image you sent me says, "Hi, all, I'm sending this urgent request. A friend of our granddaughters is in Saratoga, was abducted in Moreau Lake State Park yesterday. She was 9 years old, was on a camping weekend with her family. The authorities have found her bike and saw the abduction on a trail camera." That's interesting. That's the first I heard of that.
And I had mentioned to you yesterday, there's a lot of surveillance in the area, and that's, if you're not familiar with it, there's a lot of trail cams that are actually live to the public, and that's mainly to check out nature and everything in the general vicinity, is also to monitor things. So you'll see, if you look in actual Monroe parks, like if you look for their general trail cams, they do have live and active trail cams that have pictures of wildlife. Because they still obviously display that to people to get people to come around and to make it feel like a safer area. But right outside of that, where Old Saratoga Road is, and it goes up to iCkEdMeL and all that, as I mentioned, there's a heavy presence of surveillance. So I'm hoping that this isn't just someone chasing clout and looking for a reason to make a post on Facebook. And that there was actual evidence, but I guess the police will allude to that further. But there was a large blast going out with a heavy trooper with a heavy trooper presence anywhere from Clifton Park up towards Saratoga when we were just on the Northway earlier.
Okay, going back a little bit.
And that runs parallel to Route 9.
Okay. So the whole screaming thing, who heard the screams again?
So, from what my wife went into Stewart's this morning, her coworker, which is one of the best friends of the lady that has served us coffee numerous times, she said that she had spoken to her, and someone in the family or one of the friends heard screams around the area, and they didn't really think anything of it to begin with. But as she didn't return within a few minutes, and they heard that scream, there was commotion, I guess, on one side of the park, and they started looking for her. They found the bike within the next 5 minutes, and then we're looking in the vicinity, and also had seen the croc close to the bicycle as well, supposedly. And then from there, they automatically knew that she had to have been taken. You know what I mean? Like I said, you don't see a presence of wildlife up here. No one's going to get dragged off or anything by a bear or anything else without people noticing and hearing it. I mehave the only way to have any type of commotion and not notice it or whatever, people had to have snatched her, whether it was a group or whether it was a single person. It does not happen. That's not logical up here, I know. And that's every parent's worst nightmare. But that's ultimately what happened.
Wow.
So they're trying to narrow even a vehicle description down and everything else. It sounds like even on the scanners. And then I had talked to my uncle, that's a local officer. But there's not a whole lot to go on, unfortunately, which doesn't, I just don't think they're releasing as much to the public as they can be.
All right, man. Awesome. Well, thank you for the call. Yeah, if you have anything else, just hit me up. And we'll be in touch.
I'll let you know if anything else comes across or if there's any other news locally between friends and family of the actual family now that we're in contact with them. So, but yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks again for the time. And yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for the
Appreciate
coverage.
it. Take care.
All right, man. Take care.
So Panbone says there are edits on that post. She took the trail cam information out of the post. Oh, so this lady. I wonder why sometimes people post the things that they do. Something so specific. I wonder if we can find and see. I can find the source of the post. And let's see if I find her. Maybe they were telling me that she edited and removed it now. Let me just make sure. Let's see if I can find that. Post. Oh, I found. Okay, here we go. All right, let's look at it together. You're right. Yeah, she took it out. So maybe she corrected it. But that's how things. Thank you for telling me that. That's how things happen on the internet sometimes, where a little small thing can be taken and run with. And so let me see here. The original post that said they found her bike and saw her abduction cam somewhere. Am I seeing something? Are we getting raided? Oh shit! Stop the raid! Go back! No, I'm just kidding. Oh shit! Oh, this was a nice raid. Holy crap! What the hell? How come it didn't? How come it? Usually when you get raided, though, it's supposed to be like a thing in the chat, right? Like something pops up and it says you're being raided. I want the alerts that I'm being raided. I mean, thank you for letting me know in the chat, but I want the warning shit, the sirens. Oh, there it is. Now I see it. I have to pull it up. Thank you, Brandy. Amazing. Now I have to put on a show or something, right? Fuck. I was about to get off. Well, thank you guys for coming over. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, if you could subscribe, like, we're actually towards the end of the stream, but I had some really interesting phone calls. We've been here almost 2 hours. We recapped a little bit of Charlotte, went over the maps, watched some video of the reporter that was out there, watched the Charlotte's aunt speak. We looked at some of the maps. We took 3 really interesting phone calls. Really good, interesting phone calls. So definitely a rewind. I am going to clip them, though. I am going to clip them and post it separately. But thank you so much. I don't think I've ever been raided before. This is my first raid. Brandy, thank you. This is the first time. I don't think nobody's ever raided me before. And then we were correcting this post here. So apparently this person posted that it was seen on camera that she was abducted. For some reason, it doesn't show me the edit history. But it looks like she removed it now. But you can see already here how things get misconstrued, right? Because somebody in the Facebook group is like, is this family? This person literally posted that the bike was found and the abduction was seen on a trail camera and saw the abduction. I don't know why would you type that shit? I understand mistakes happen, but why would you type that? Because then it sends people on a frenzy. So I guess it was an honest mistake. Let's get the check. I mean, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, assuming that's just an honest mistake. See what else we got. Oh, there's something else I wanted to show you guys real quick too. So they're talking about this on Twitter too. Just this discussion about this person's post. Always got to be careful with what people are saying on the internet. Always try to double check, triple check. Always try to get a source. I'm always trying to get like a source for the information, if possible. The person who stated that the abduction was caught on camera has edited her post. deleting that portion of information. I'm glad she did. This person is not directly in communication with the immediate family, and info sometimes gets lost. So there's the edits. Started a war on the internet. Legacy also posted. I wanted to watch this real quick.
Not allowed inside. This is closed off to the public and the media right now, but we've been seeing cars coming from both directions here, squad cars coming to and from state police, local law enforcement as well. You can actually see some of those cars right there. These are people that have been here overnight as the search efforts have continued for missing 9-year-old girl.
Somebody said, oh Lord, coffin diver.
Sena. She was last seen Saturday inside the park right around 6:45. She was taking a bike ride, which if you've ever been to the state park, like a lot of state parks, all these roads are connected, right? They loop around to the different campsites. So her bike was found Loop A. That's where she was last seen. We all got the Amber alerts yesterday, right? So last seen with a tie-dye Pokemon shirt, also black Crocs. Again, that description you can find on our website, listed with blonde hair and green eyes. We're now approaching 36 hours since she's been missing. Not getting a lot of details this morning. During these types of investigations, you're not getting a lot of information from people that are here as they're waiting to be relieved from their overnight duties. What we do know is all resources are being used. So we're talking about aerial, diving teams, again, multiple agencies from across the state. We've heard from Governor Hochul, who's promising, in her press conference yesterday, saying that they're going to leave no stone unturned as they look for Charlotte Sena. Also happening today, she's a fourth grader at Corinth Central School, described as a very joyful girl. She was actually just elected as an officer of her student council at Corinth. And parents at Corinth all got an email last night explaining how there'll be a crisis team on that school district this morning to answer any questions or concerns from students. There will also be an increased police presence at that school this morning as well. Again, we're waiting for any developments. Right now, all we know is that the search efforts.
All right. So, yeah, we're going to keep an eye on that. For the people that just joined, thank you so much for the support. Thank you, Brandon, for sending people over here. I really, really appreciate that. I'm sorry I'm towards the end of the stream. But definitely subscribe, and I will return the favor as well. Next time I have a chance and I'm ending a stream, if Brandy's live, I'll send my people over there. I prefer to do it from the main channel where I have more people watching and stuff. I'll send people over there. But thank you so much for that support. Definitely check out her channel too. I met her at CrimeCon. We had a good time. Let me put her channel up on the screen. Put the channel on the screen here. She does trials as well, and she has a podcast. The 13th juror. That's 2 channels, right? Was it from the 13th juror? Is that 2 channels or? Oh, it's the same person, right? I forgot. She told me the whole thing with that. 13th juror. Thank you. Fucking hoax. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, thank you so much. Coffin down for us. Some people have kind of had, she's nice. Some people have had some complaints about her. Some of the the information she's put out multiple times has been wrong, but so yeah, I guess that's it for now, man. Like I said, I hope they find this girl, and we're all hoping that they find her. It's honestly not looking good as far as it seems like she was taken. What police are saying, possibly taken. There was a caller. I'm gonna leave this as rumor, or some people were saying small town rumors. Oh, you guys do day court and night court? Oh, she does stream at night, right? The other person does. Somebody called in too, said that reportedly they're saying that the family heard screams or something, but they didn't think much of it until they realized she was missing. I don't know. I don't know. It was local people calling in. So I am going to clip those calls and like put it together so it's easier for you guys to watch. So this stream, definitely check out the calls. I posted a video this morning. Yes. Here. I posted a video this morning from the calls from yesterday. If you missed that, you can check that out. This is the first stream I did in it last night. And that's it. JT Night Court. Yes, JT is Night Court. Yes. But check out the channel, man, because I know you guys, sometimes people want to listen to trials, stuff in the background, and I'm not around or I disappear. And I think you'll enjoy their channel. Let me know if I can. Oh, yeah. And Brandon, don't worry about that. You're good, man. You know, we're always careful and stuff. You know, we're just, you know, like when people call, we just say that this is what we heard and stuff like that. So that's fine. I'm glad we were able to clarify that post. And I guess that's it. I don't want to leave. I feel bad leaving you guys. Can't they ping the cell phone tower? Oh, that's a good point, Curly G. Curly G said, can't they ping the cell phone tower to see who was in that area at the time? Yeah, they can do something called, I think it's called geofencing. I think they can like pick a specific area. I don't know how wide the tower is, but they should be able to pick up and know all the phones or whatever that were connected to a tower or something like that. I don't know if that's the geofencing thing or is it something else. Geofencing tracking. I thought it was called something like that. Yes, information within a specific geographical area during a specified time frame from Google. I think that's what they did with Kohlberger as well. I think, right? Well, did he connect to the Wi-Fi? They did track his cell phone and where it connected. Glen Falls is in the area. That's what this caller was just talking about. Glen Falls. I mean, she went missing from this right here. This is the lot, and there's like a town right here. Glen Falls is right here. Glen Falls. It was really interesting because there was this guy, this weirdo. For the people that missed it, to rewind later, there was a weirdo that was recently released that was taking pictures of women at parks and stuff. You know, not saying it's related at all, but it's just interesting. It was released a couple days ago. He has a long ass history of just recording women and posting them on his Instagram. I really can't believe how much the time has flown today. Really, because I feel like I just got on. It's already 12:30. Oh wait, what? In a comment, Mel, you have a comment from an aunt of a little girl. Where is she? In here? Or in the old videos that I posted? So, all right, I'm going to head out of here, man. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry that I'm ending and you guys just joined the end of people, but definitely if you have time, rewind. It was a pretty good, interesting stream. Subscribe to Brandy's channel, please. I'd appreciate that. Subscribe, and I'll pay it forward next time I catch you live. I don't know that I can redirect. Oh, my other video. I don't know that I can redirect on this channel. I know on the main channel I can. Can I redirect? Oh, I can redirect. Apparently I can redirect. But anyway, yeah, hopefully we'll do it on the main. So let me see. You said I got a comment from the aunt. From this morning's video? Stream earlier, more often. Oh yeah. I think I will. I'm gonna try. We could do the morning streams. I'm looking for any kind of comment that you said. There's actually a lot of comments on this video. No, I enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for rating me. My first raid. I appreciate that. Yeah, we watched a little bit of Duty Ron. Yeah, if you guys didn't see Duty Ron's Charlotte's aunt was on there. We watched a little bit of it, and I put the link to his channel. Definitely check that out. She couldn't say much though, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of comments on the video. I can't even find it. Okay. Comments. Okay, I guess I'll look for this after. I didn't realize how many comments there was in the video. All right, I'll catch up with you guys though. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a good. I was gonna say good night, but 2012. Bye. Love you guys. Catch you later. Thank you. Thanks for the love. Bye.